Traveling with a baby can be very, very daunting. There's a lot to think about, a lot of stuff to pack. We always have some worries and concerns at the back of our mind. Will baby be settled and be calm and comfortable throughout the journey? There's a lot to think about. So what I want to do today is share with you my tips and tricks for traveling with a little baby, and also share as well a comprehensive packing list so that you feel as prepared as possible for your journey with your little one. A little bit of background, I have a almost 5-month-old, her name is Mia, and we are soon to travel internationally to a couple of destinations, and we'll be away for about a month and a half. We'll be going to Italy and Portugal respectively to meet our families. So I've done a lot of preparation, a lot of research into what is really essential to bring, and I'm going to talk you through it and explain to you my rationale for it, and hopefully you will find this very helpful. If so, please let me know in the comment section below. I will also include a downloadable list that you can make use in your own time. It's going to be linked in the description box below. So I've split things up by category, beginning with travel, nursing and soothing, sleeping, bathing, and clothes and toys. There's a lot to think about, and we're going to break it down one by one. So beginning with travel, obviously the most important thing to remember to bring is your baby's passport and any other important travel document that you might need, depending on the country that you're going to, or whether even, you're traveling within your own country. There might be other pieces of documentation that you need to bring with you. So make sure that you've got everything packed up. In my case, I'll be bringing Mia's passport and also her red book. That is essentially her medical history book, which could be helpful since we're away for such a long time. Our second most important item is the stroller. We have a lighter, more compact travel stroller for these kind of traveling situations, and it's the Nuna Triv. It can be folded nicely and stored away quite easily. Now, what we're going to do is bring it to the gate, ask them to gate check it, so that upon arrival at destination, it will be left outside of the aircraft, available for us to take right away. It can also be checked in upon departure so that it arrives into the carousel, but it's up to you what you prefer doing. Personally, I think it would be more practical to get it right outside of the aircraft so that we can put little one in there. However, to make sure that the stroller is protected, it's important to get a stroller cover. Now, we got ours off of Amazon, and it's a sturdy, thick bag that you can pop your stroller in so that it doesn't get damaged or scratched in transit. If you're planning to drive at your destination, I would suggest bringing a car seat. You can obviously rent it wherever you are. It's your choice. We have one and we're quite happy with it, so we decided to bring it with us. For instance, our airline allows us to bring 2 pieces of baby equipment for free, so we will be bringing the stroller and the car seat. So in that sense, we're not paying anything extra. And same as the stroller, it's important to protect it. So I would recommend getting a protective case, a protective bag for it, for the exact same reason. Another 2 important pieces of equipment for the stroller that I would bring with me are a rain cover, but also a sun cover. A blanket and a pram toy would be helpful to make sure that the baby is warm enough as they are sat in the pram and also are entertained. Also, you might be interested in getting a portable noise machine for the pram. If your baby struggles to fall asleep when out and about, that could be helpful. So there's plenty of options out there. This is the one that we got and we're quite happy with. Another good option for taking your baby out and about would be to bring a carrier as well. We have an Artipop carrier, which in my opinion is a great investment. It's very comfortable, sturdy, and it takes baby from newborn all the way into toddlerhood, and it's quite honestly one of our most used baby items. Mia in particular really likes it. So in terms of travel clothing, I would probably suggest to put baby into a onesie with a zipper so that it's easy to change them if you need to, and also to layer them up with a pram suit so they're more comfortable. I would also suggest bringing a pair of ear defenders. I'm definitely going to bring those for the flight. It's helpful if baby is going to be exposed to loud noises. It protects their ears. Now, in terms of changing them whilst in transit, obviously bringing their nappy bag is very important, so a changing bag with all the key goodies that you would normally bring with you. So that is a travel change changing mat, nappies, wipes, nappy cream, antibacterial wipes, one change for baby and also one change for yourself. Now, when you're on the plane or on a train or in the car and you want to have access to just the essentials to change your baby very quickly, I would recommend taking a small zipper bag and just popping in one diaper, some wipes, and just one change of clothes, so that you can just take that bag into the changing room and do it very quickly without too much hassle and without having to bring your whole diaper bag, which could be very bulky. And bear in mind, especially if you're on a plane, you're not going to have much room at all. So the smaller the amount of stuff that you bring, the better. I was also going to suggest that if you will not have access to bins as easily, it might be also helpful to bring some disposable nappy bags that you can chuck your dirty nappies into and throw away later on. Now, if we move on to nursing and soothing, there's a bunch of different items that I would suggest bringing. So first of all, a nursing cover to make sure that baby has a comfortable environment to nurse in and also to potentially fall asleep in post-feeding. So Mia, for example, often falls asleep on the boob, and if I were to feed on the flight, for example, upon departure or landing, it would be helpful to create an environment that she can nap in. So I've got this dark nursing cover for that very reason, and it's got this like rigid rim at the top that allows me to look directly at her and make sure that she's comfortable and happy all the way through. Obviously, pacifiers, if your baby takes a pacifier. Another helpful tool that we've discovered is what is called a rocket. It's a small device that you can attach to the pram or the car seat, and it vibrates, creating this rocking motion that allows your baby to fall asleep more easily and be soothed more easily. In terms of feeding, if you're bottle feeding, obviously very important to bring all of the equipment that you need, such as bottles, formula, and anything else that might go with that. Now, I'm exclusively breastfeeding at this point. However, I will bring a breast pump with me with a bottle just in case I need to pump any milk. And I will also bring a soother feeder because Mia is getting into that stage where she's interested in solids, she's also teething. So having that tool that she can munch on and ease some of the teething pain would be helpful. I might actually freeze some of the breast milk that I pump using my pump and then give it to her as and when she's struggling with teething pain. Also, bringing vitamins is quite important, especially if you're traveling for a long period of time. So for example, vitamin D is something that I want to give to Mia whilst we're away, so I'll be bringing our little stash. Also, just in case she gets sick or needs a little bit of paracetamol, I will also be bringing Calpol. In terms of sleeping, I will be bringing some sleep bags. Mia is quite used to sleeping in them, she's familiar with it, so I'm gonna bring a few, probably 2 or 3. I will also be bringing our baby monitor, which is easy to take away with us and travel with, so we can keep an eye on her while she naps and she sleeps and we're not in the room with her. We will also be bringing our noise machine, which also functions as a nightlight. We find it very, very useful and it helps Mia fall asleep, and it can be plugged into a socket so that it can stay on for the whole night as and when we need it. In terms of bathing, I will be bringing some reusable cotton pads. We use them to wipe Mia's face and wash her body, so that will be very helpful. I'll bring a little bottle of lavender extract. I like to drop a couple of drops in Mia's bath to let her relax. It's a very soothing scent and it's often recommended to allow baby to relax more easily. I will also bring a bath book. We have one that floats in the water and it changes color when it touches the water, and it's something that Mia really enjoys looking at if you've got the space. I mean, it's absolutely not an essential, but if you've got the space, why not add it in? And if your baby has as much hair as Mia does, I would probably recommend bringing a baby brush to make sure that that mane is contained and taken care of even when you're on holiday. In terms of clothes, I've got a specific list of items I'll be bringing with me. Now, it's worth noting that I will have access to a washing machine at my destination, so I'll be able to wash the clothes as and when I need them and rotate them. That might not be the case for you, so you might need a little more or a little less depending on your travel schedule and what you're doing and where you're going. I, however, will be bringing 5 outfits, 3 sleep suits that are long sleeved, 2 sleep suits that are short sleeved. That's because we're going to slightly warmer climates and I'm not entirely sure what the temperature will be like. We'll also bring a couple of muslin cloths, 1 swaddle blanket, a jacket, 1 pram suit, a beanie, a couple of sun hats, a swimsuit and sockies. So this should cover all of the basics. Obviously, if I need a couple of extra bits here and there, I can obviously buy them on the go. Personally, I don't think that will be the case. Now, I also would like to go through a couple of things that I personally will not need, but you might. One of them could be a travel cot. My parents and Ruben's family will be providing a cot for us, but you might want to bring one with you, or your hotel, Airbnb, your accommodation might provide one. So make sure that you've looked into that and are comfortable with what is provided. Something that I would recommend getting, especially if you're sharing the room with your baby, is to get a cot shade. It's essentially a tent that you pitch over your cot and it creates a dark sleeping environment for baby. That way, baby can be in a dark environment, but you don't have to. So that is going to make it a lot more comfortable for all of you. Also, you might want to pack in a couple of cot sheets as well to make sure that if there are any disasters overnight, you have a replacement. I would also recommend bringing a couple of bath towels, one for swaddling your baby for bath time if that is something that you do, and one for drying. This is just to make sure that you've got enough towels in case your accommodation doesn't provide enough. Also, if your baby is younger than 6 months old and need a bath support, I would look into getting a portable, collapsible one. Also, another item that I would suggest looking into is a travel nursing pillows. There are some compact options that you can bring with you. That is obviously if you are used to using one and think you will be more comfortable having one with you whilst you're traveling. Last but absolutely not least, there are some key items that I would recommend buying at destination, namely nappies, wipes, baby shampoo and shower gel, as well as stain remover, just to make sure that you're not using up that very precious luggage space with things that you can easily find at your destination. In terms of preparing for your travels on the day, I would suggest taking as much time as possible. So if you're traveling by plane, get to the airport ahead of your flight, allowing yourself ample time to do everything that you need to do. Rushing is the last thing you want to do, especially when you have a tiny baby with you. Also make sure that key documents and key items are available to you quite easily, whether you're bringing a small purse or a bum bag or any other bag with you. Just make sure that everything that you need, the key stuff, is easily accessible. Ask for help if you need it. There's plenty of people that will be very happy to help you, whether it's staff or other travelers. So if you find yourself needing help to fold your stroller or moving stuff around, please make sure that you ask for help and not try to do everything on your own. And lastly, think about where you're going. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be a fantastic time. So enjoy the process. I know it can sound very stressful. It can feel like a lot, but you're going to absolutely nail it. Just make sure that you're prepared, that you feel as comfortable as possible, and you'll be absolutely fine. So hopefully this little video will have helped you in that sense. Please let me know if that's the case. I'll be very, very happy to hear about your travel stories and any other tips and tricks that I've forgotten. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and happy travels. Hope you have a fantastic time on holiday.